Okie dokie. Alright, give me a second. Alright, now just gonna go ahead and minimize that. Yo, why can't I hear? Fuck you. Master volume, dude, everything's up. Okay. Wait. This game fucks with me hella hard, dude. Make sure this whack ass stuff is working. Alright. Yo, somebody's watching. That's what the fuck is up.
You know what? Even if you were going to be sarcastic and ironic,
Oh, okay. Now I see what's wrong. Give me a sec.
Yeah. So let's just say. So let's just say it was. I know that you're like, yeah, but you know, because I wanted to put him down here, basically, right? And was that?
Here we go, dude. I've never actually played this game. Past like the first few things.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I know if you like narrator will fuck with you.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Yeah, you see. Yeah, this. Here we go. What does that cup say? my Valentine. What the fuck? Dude, I'm touching the violin cabinet. It's making a keyboard sound. Oh, I'm not even touching anything. It makes a noise. Alright.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna go for the one on the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley's simplest but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I don't know. You know what, fuck it, let's go this way.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
What the fuck? I don't think this is safe. Penalty for misuse. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift.
Look, Stan. Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it.
I wonder if I jump on these boxes.
Whoops.
Oh.
Looks like I was wrong. How
asshole.
clumsy of me.
Oh my god. This fucking dude.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
1, 2, 4. Oh, you can get like an achievement. One of these stores. Alright, give me a second. I got 2. There. Hopefully in a few minutes here, let me just move this over. Oh no, this isn't a horror game, Dilly. No, this is it's a game. It's just supposed to fuck with you. That's about all. Wish it were a horror game. That'd be pretty dank. Alright, here. Just gonna move that over. Just move this back over. Alright. Yeah, no. This one,
When
it just
Stanley
fucks with
came
you
to
for
a
bit.
set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna go back this way.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
There it
just
is,
to admire it.
like hella hard. Oh shit, give me a sec. I'm gonna mute my fucking... I'm gonna mute my mic in Discord so those guys...
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
DJ, which one should I go through? Left or right? Or forward or left? I don't know which one I should go through. I don't know. I want to go to the left. I'm gonna go this way. Yeah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
All right.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Look, so
let me prove
upset.
it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay, I'll listen to him.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't
really?
here. Running
Dave.
and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop.
Bullshit.
We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here.
Oh, fucking A, dude. Okay.
Let me show you.
Oh, whack. Oh, fuck. That would explain it, dude. This game gets really
What
fucking,
do we want?
like, super.
What are we
fucking
looking
creepy.
for? Hmm?
Oh. Oh, can't see.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
It's getting fucking bright.
No, wait. Where are you going? Right. Where were we?
Can I walk off the edge? Nah, it's a room. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Fucking please.
Oh no! Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
The game, it's self-aware. Right.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. No! Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room? There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
I'm gonna stop moving to see what he does. Shit, my computer can't even process fucking 300 FPS right now. I wonder if I have to choose the easy way out to get out of here.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this. No. No, no. What do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you? Stanley? Let's go back to the... My God. Is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
I wanna get the fuck out of here. Hell yeah, it is. Oh, finally.
It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
That's funny, bro. Alright, yeah, let's fucking get that shit out of there. I don't know why, my fucking shit's highlighted. Oh. Excuse me.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
What the fuck?
What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Fucking whack. This fucking charger in my face.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All the way the fuck over.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
What does it say? Happy feelings? Graphs about things plus money. What does that say? Oh, it's too blurry. Like quarterly post review. What is hot? Target demographic teenagers. What do they even sell here? That's fucking stupid, bro. It's literally charts about the charts. Okay. Ooh. A broom closet?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm gonna follow this guy's workers. What the fuck? What kind of office? This is a wacky
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Yo, This is actually fucking whack. Ooh. Red is bad. It's here. This is fucking space. Seems legit. Yeah, I'm dead. Wait, stay in where? Fuck. My bad. I wasn't looking at the chat, man.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Yeah, dude, this thing fucks with you hella hard.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Which one should I go for? Escape or Mind Control Facility? Mind Control Facility seems pretty dank, and I want to go in there, but Escape, I don't know what that's going to lead me to. It's just like a never-ending hallway. What should I do? Dudes. Mind control? Okay. So,
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
what the fuck?
What horrible secret did this place hold?
It's like a
Stanley
goddamn
thought to
missile
himself.
silo.
Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Fired.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yeah, there's like two people
But here was
that
the proof,
leave and they
the
come
heart
back.
of the operation.
What it looks like.
Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yo, why'd you give me like the early ending? What is this? Okay. It's pretty weird. There must be like a way out of here. Wait. That door looks like it opens. Okay, that didn't work. Alrighty then. 0. Wait, 0 0 1 4 2. Fuck is 0? No, fuck it, I'm just gonna facility power. I'm gonna go there.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty,
What should I do,
his
guys?
obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I don't know. I don't know. You know what? I don't know what to do. Let's turn it off.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
That was pretty fucking whack. Oh, what the fuck?
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Very iguanas. Before you could possibly know where to begin your new... What? New story? Wait. First I have to know your city. Use church as an example in this book. It's weird.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
It's really fucking bright, dude.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh, whack.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Fuck.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
P.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Number 9?
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
Oh, yeah,
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Spend Saturdays are for the boys. Let's see what disappears.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Wait.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, The next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to do it. Nope, 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 nope. Fucking A, bro. Come on. Oh, well, fuck it.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die.
And Stanley pushed
My
a button.
life, bro.
And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Hello? The fuck?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed.
That was pretty fucking
then
whack,
days.
bro.
Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long
how'd
enough,
this thing just
the
fucking
answers
restart on
would
me like that?
come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer.
Yo, I honestly... Oh, okay. Or fucking not. There we go. Oh. Asshole. What is going on? Hello? Spooky shit, my guy. Yo, give me a sec. Okay. I honestly don't know what the fuck to do. Yo, honestly, at this point, I'm pretty much excited. Dude, what the fuck is going on? I really have no idea what's going on right now. that's pretty fucking whack. Or the computer. No? Phone doesn't work. Why do I get the noise over here, but not on the computer? Is the camera sticking out of the side of my head? It's fucking weird. What am I doing? What is this game doing to me right now? Dude, I really have no idea what to do. What the fuck? What do I do? Yo, what the fuck is going on? I don't know what to do. I can't jump. What the fuck? If I could... Yeah, because that makes fucking sense. Where would I go? I can't jump. No? Where my fucking keys work? Start pressing random fucking buttons. Nope. Nothing's fucking happening. Come on. This is actually fucking whack here. Let's see what happens. Watch it actually kick me out. I already got one of the endings. I'm trying to go for the bad ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
See,
memo.
I tried doing that. Let's talk about this one right here. All those make this fucking whack-ass computer sound. Yo, what the fuck? Seems new.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Let's go against him every time.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
happens.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Should I... Oh fuck. Yeah, no. This shit's fucking whack. Let's go this way. I think I went this way last time.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm
I wonder if there's like a safe way
I
to get
realize
down.
that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside.
We're stuck in this
To let
fucking loop
her
again.
back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley.
Okay. Dude, what the flippin' heck is going on? Freaking hacker.
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
If I can go-
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right.
Sounds like she has her
Okay,
head in a
there we
bathtub or
go.
some shit.
All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Yeet.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Oh, fuck. Was getting angry. Okay.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Oh, fuck.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even...
Here, give me a second. Just watching the stream for a second there. Let me see if... Well, fuck, that's all the way up. Sorry if I sound like really low.
feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I swear to God, if it puts me back
But
in
in his
sleep,
mind,
this game.
in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
I know what to do.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
I got this. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're gonna do the escape instead of going into the mind control room. Ow, fucking A.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I bought it like fucking 2014. This game's hella old. It's called the Stanley Parable if you want to look it up.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. So let's go this way.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Well, I mean, I can mop if I want. I can sweep. You can look at this dirty file. Boy, Cash. Cash, you're a fucking faggot, dude. I'm just kidding, you're my favorite Xbox.
Coming to a staircase,
really.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Fire. Fire horse. Yeah, I know.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Why is there a fucking
He
car
considered the
sitting-
possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone
This
had
is never-ending
vanished.
fucking
His
loop.
boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing
This is called the
buttons.
Stanley Parable.
I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
My dude.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
Oh my god, that sounds so good.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
This fucking dude.
I am okay.
Got fucking bamboozled, bro.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh, not cool, dude.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh, fuck.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Oh.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, he is. This is a fucking dick. I swear to God, if it puts me back in that room... But I'm dead! What the fuck?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Played through, like,
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Fucking A, bro. That's pretty fucking whack. I don't know why he keeps spawning me back there.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
He blocked it up. fucking douche. You fucking...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright. What is this? Executive bathroom? Okay. Close the door. Gotta be polite. Oh, look at those pixels freaking the fuck out. Oh my fucking god, dude. Oh, he's singing along. Fuck, bro. What the fuck? Weren't we just going down? Oh my god, that's fucking whack. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Yeah, let me see if I can't, like, escape this. Oh boy, oh boy. Whew, fuck, it's cold, dude. 20 FPS? Yeah, there we go. Jump back to 200, thanks.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna turn it on this time. And then I'm gonna see what happens. And then I'm gonna come back and do the escape, see what happens after that.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Shit, I thought I fell. Oh my god, that scared me.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Mine. Okay. I am 427. Right there. Middle of the screen. Huh. I wonder if I close my door, it'll turn like if it'll show that on the screen or if it'll just show it up, you know, like picture if they actually animated.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Alright.
No,
Take me away.
he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Now, did I turn it off or did I turn it on? Last time I was here, do you guys... Oh, fuck. Do you remember, Dylan? Oh my god. There, let me look. I forgot which one I did. Let me look on the stream real quick. I didn't turn it on? Okay. So I'm gonna turn it on. Oh fuck. One sec. Alright. So I'm gonna turn it on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
Hey,
these numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
These number buttons don't really do anything.
Stanley,
Oh, sorry, I wasn't watching.
you're in for quite a disappointment.
Oh.
But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made
He's just a dick.
humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
It's just a big 4.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Alright. That was pretty interesting. Oh, fuck. Okay. Nope, nope, I'm fucking done. I'm done. Nope. Fuck that. Oh wait, no, I gotta do escape.
How wonderful.
Gotta do
Stanley
escape,
was
no, we don't.
alone. Finally.
I would've done
This
the
is
ending.
great,
To my
he
knowledge.
thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Jesus fucking Christ.
When
it's
Stanley
like
came to a
pitch
set
black
of two
outside.
open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, I keep forgetting this fucking
The moment
number.
he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere.
Fuck, what was
Could he really be all alone?
Come on, I always fucking forget
This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
What the fuck? This is whack, bro.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Yeah, you know me. Walking on nothing. It's fuck physics. Gravity and shit. God, it looks so smooth. Like the game itself, it looks so fucking smooth. Alright. Okay, now it's time to do this.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
There's no end. I already fucking feel it, dude. There's no end.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward, and willingly confront his death.
Yep. Shit, boys. This is it. Alright. I think I just got the last ending. Or not.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he
I got the fucking achievement. That's crazy.
reflected that his life had been no
Jesus fucking Christ, this is still super fucking loud.
consequence whatsoever. Stanley
Okay, no, that's too fucking low.
can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Come on, do it. Do it, end me, pussy. Do it. Faggot.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
It's fine, dude. Just fucking do it. Aw, you fucking liars. Is this it? I know there's way more
And
to
yet
this
it
fucking
would be
game.
just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What the fuck? It's like a complete layout of the thing. Corridor. Yeah, this is fucking... What? Purple design. This room was created as this game is merging. Extension of this. Okay. It's my desk. Wait, no, it's not. It's not my desk. The computer was more off to this way. To the left. Office. Okay, huh. Jesus fuck. This is super bright. Yeah, well, this is the end game. Oh, wait. What the fuck? Okay, this way. Oh, office clock. Boss's office. Screens from development. So that's the finished product. That's what it looked like when it was first made. Because of the squares and shit. And then that's when they added that. That's pretty fucking dope, though. What's this? I think it's just a big fucking credit room, to be completely honest. No. That looks pretty nice. Wait. Why does it sound like there's something else moving? What?
Now then, this elevator for sure would get him right back on track to where he was. Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room? Perfect example of poor level design.
Kevin Brighting, voice and narrator.
It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. But of course, you being you, you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here,
I did spend an hour trying to solve it.
this easy on you.
Not gonna lie. It's been an hour and 15 minutes since I started the stream. Oh, shit, I get a text message. Alright. So yeah. It's Alpha. Hempto. Oh, oh. Ready? Yeah. This fucking place is humongous. Oh. Nice. Freemanning. I like how they have like props from the beta and shit like that. Countdown room. See, that looks like a nice countdown room. If they added something in the middle, that would be pretty fucking dope. Not gonna lie. Zending. Fix an early version of the game. That's pretty fucking weird, bro. I didn't even get to this ending. What the fuck? You guys have to do some whack shit though. Escape menu. Wait, for a long time we had an ending that was only ended. Player restarted from the escape menu. Fortunately, the player has. Wow. I don't have that. Unfortunately. The course of the game. 2012, see? Bought this game back in like 2014. Okay. Alright. It's pretty cool, I guess. What's this? Zending. Alright. Exit. I don't know. You know, I'm gonna keep looking around for a sec. I thought that there was more. I know that there's more to this. I can hear the dude talking in the background. Ooh, fuck, that hurt. Okay. Maintenance room? Yeah, see, there's so much shit I didn't get to. I don't know how to get to them. Green lights. Warzone? What the fuck? An alien base. Awesome. Huh. Looks kind of like the Half-Life 2 bike that you find. I believe it's episode 1. So just love the game. Greetings. Just wanted to tell you. How do you type with boxing gloves on? Okay. What? Not picking up the phone will lead to a different ending. I have to try that now. Shit, there's another ending? Oh, now I want to do it. Fuck. Okay, I've already been here. Game design mockup. Okay, so now I have to remember how to get back to that fucking ending, so I can do that. That might be how you get to it, because when I first played this, unless I updated it or something, there was a way where you could. Oh fuck! It was like a. It looked like a. It was a stage in the game, and it looked like it was still in development. It has like the orange and gray squares and shit like that, you know. So now I want to try that.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Oh, well, I got dead. Oh, well. Oh. All right. I think I'm just dead. Begin the game again. Cool. Yeah, look at that. 9 FPS on a loading screen. And then 19. And then get shit on. Back up to 293.
Just a step through this door,
War
Stanley
mode?
thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Is it a paid or a free to play? If it's free to play, I'll download it and we can play together.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Fuck.
he entered the door on his left.
Which one leads to the phone? This one, right? Yes, it's
This
this
was
one.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
Okay.
well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
This way. This way. I think I might stream some Rust
Stanley
or
was so
Arma 3
bad at
tomorrow,
following
or later tonight,
directions,
actually.
it's incredible he wasn't fired years
Not
ago.
sure yet. I'm trying to get more people to come watch it. And
Look,
obviously,
Stanley, I think
can't
perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Alright, so we gotta wait 15
This is it,
seconds.
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
All right.
To put your work aside.
We got this.
To let her back into your life.
Right here.
She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley.
2.
You need to be the one to
3.
do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Yeah, man. Really hope the ending wasn't just fucking with me. Is there anything in this room that I could just fucking...
As Stanley picked up the phone,
Oh, get
a
fucked.
white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life
Yeah,
reunited.
thank you, Ivan
Wait.
Rusky.
Oh, goodness.
I
Stanley, did you
Thank
just
you.
unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
appreciate
You actually
that.
chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Oh, fuck.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make?
What the fuck?
Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Oh, fuck. This game. Why am I only getting set? Oh, it's a fucking loading screen.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Oh,
welcome
what the
back.
fuck?
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Oh, okay. Would I just go backwards or some shit?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
So... this fucking kid. Oh, I wasn't even typing. Fuck, dude. Alright. Wait. This way? Yes, this way. Oh, fucking A.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending. The story will have
Oh, it's all
resolution
fucking
once
weird.
again, and you'll be home free
Oh,
in
no.
the real world.
Oh, no. Okay.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That
Oh, fucking A.
means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other
What the
direction.
fuck?
Perhaps we're not
What the
too
fuck?
late.
What is this? DJ Wells. Okay. Whoa. Jesus, this fucking. Oh
It's
my
ruined.
god.
I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why?
I like
For
how they
what?
purposely
What
fuck.
did you get out of that? What did you
Purposely
think was
fuck
so
the world
special
up.
about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever.
Everywhere.
Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
Don't do this, man.
I have to.
No, it was so close. Fuck. Fuck out of here with that gay shit, man. Oh. That was so close, bro.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
No, I'm a big boy.
Oh, my story. If
How
you'd just gone
smooth it
through the
is.
door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm
right.
quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
Just
doors,
open the door. Open the door.
he entered the door on his left.
Ah, fuck, I need a new keyboard. Oh.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Fuck.
Coming to a staircase,
Yeah.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Cool, so I'm not like fucking shit up anymore. No. Wonder. What? Oh. Dude, I forget this goddamn. Oh, what the heck?
Stepping inside his manager's office,
This is a pretty
Stanley
cool
was
looking
once
office,
again
not gonna lie.
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Business strategy.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind
Hello.
this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Hello?
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver.
Element 115.
Right there on the wall.
Confirmed. Easter egg. Black Ops 2. Zombies.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step. Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Oh. What the?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay?
Stanley, you fucking idiot,
Stanley,
move.
please. I need you to make a choice.
The end.
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can
Alpha
wait.
support team, hell yeah.
You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right.
I wonder if there's like a way you could move him
I'll
around.
wait for you
That'd be
to
pretty dope.
decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Oh, froze. Oh, there you go. Nope. Oh, no. Fucking done. I'm done. Alright.
Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to
my
make a
God.
decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here...
Alright. I'm gonna end it here, bro. Bros and women's, depending on who's watching it. I don't really know, but I'm gonna fucking skedaddle, bro. This game's fucking cool, but whack at the same time. I appreciate every single one of you guys. You all have a great day. Okay. Wait, shit. How do I do this? Okay, peace.